We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred. We are nothing sacred.
With Maxwell Silverhammer.
We are nothing sacred. With cruise control. We are nothing sacred.
Oh,
Fuck.
oh boy, life is like changing places.
Changing
Yeah,
places.
knock yourself to the ground, I think it is.
Put yourself to the ground or something like
or
that.
something like that.
Put your face on the ground.
Capitalize on this misfortune. Anyways, this is the Nothing Sacred Show. I am Cruise Control.
And I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. Hey, it's just us tonight, guys.
Yeah, and it's funny because we plan on doing this before what the main topic of this was going to be. We were just going to come on here and bullshit, but we got probably a topic. It's pretty much.
I got a few things actually, not just the one thing I want to talk about, but there's other things too, man.
Okay,
a little more lighthearted shit too. So
okay, cool. So let's go into what you want to talk about first.
All right, man. Well, folks, without giving too much specifics, it's possible that I may be getting laid off because my position is funded by a specific grant. Actually, my position and pretty much everybody at the organization I work at, all our positions are funded through this grant. And from this executive order that Trump signed, it's going to dissolve the organization that provides this grant. So, and I've already heard that three other organizations in other states have received the letter saying you will no longer receive LSTA funding effective immediately, blah, blah, blah. So anyway, but when I was talking to both my dad and my brother say, well, you got to remember the three states were California, Washington State, and Connecticut. And they both said, those are very blue states. So it could be, maybe it's just, they were thinking like, it may not even happen here. You know what I mean? Because we're a red state. So, I'm not sure, but it's kind of fucked me up. I'll be honest, man. This has been my life for like 25 years and I'm a little bit, I kind of on edge, you know what I'm saying? I hate the uncertainty. That's the worst part of this, because I don't know yet, it's just kind of like wait and see. And like again, without going into too much specifics, I'm not allowed to do any stuff where I have to travel or can't spend any money. So all my work has to be office shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So anyway,
so you went out today and or you talked to some people who actually are a little bit more. Because here's the thing, we were all Trump supporters basically. At least we were, and I think in the most ways you still are.
Yeah, I like a lot of what he's doing. My thing is like, and kind of like my dad was pointing out, well, what about these 300-year-old people that are still on Social Security? Why isn't that becoming a bigger thing than, fucking with organizations like the one I work for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And here's what people, because there's a lot going on here, basically. And it's interesting that you think about, when you think about it like from this, because I know, because emotionally, obviously, you're going to be getting upset about it, but we all think that these people are going to do everything that we want them to do, and that it's always going to be like 100%. Like we've gotten to this point in society where everybody thinks that like, okay, I voted for Trump, so everything that he does is going to be great, and everything that they do, there's not going to be any errors or any missteps or anything.
Right.
Because I guarantee you, and here's the problem. Guarantee you that there's a lot of shit that is whoever's funding that grant is funding that shit.
Oh, I'm sure.
So that's the problem is that they don't think it's like you because you can't have it. It's like you have, if you want to cut things, they're going to cut things.
Yeah, and that I understand that. I get that.
And I guess my thing is though is that you don't know what necessarily is good or bad from an outside perspective. Like everybody who's getting their job cut is going to think obviously their a department is needed.
Yeah.
Now, but would you think the department is needed? And if you didn't think the department was needed, would you care that they lost their jobs?
And you're probably right. Like if it was something that I thought was bullshit. Well, okay.
You know, like that's kind of like the thing, like because like a lot of the shit that needs to be cut, and a lot of the shit that needs to be cut, they're going to lose their jobs. But everybody who has these jobs is not going to want their job cut.
Of course,
so they're going to be like, God damn it, this fucking, how dare they? This fucking needed to have these fucking Nicaraguan drag queen shows and.
Right, but okay, but our program's not that, man. I mean, you know, I mean, I know from what people have told me, and you know, I already had somebody call me and you know, can you come and it was actually an NFB conference that's supposed to be here, a state conference that's actually this month. Yeah. So they're saying, you know, can you come and can you kind of reassure us a little bit? And I was telling my boss that. She's like, well, no, you really can't. No. You know, so
but you also can't well, I know that's another couple. There's so much going on here. But my point is that they have to. It's going to be hard for them to find all these things that are actually needed and all the shit that isn't. And that's it's not a simple matter of, well, because my thing's needed, because you wouldn't think twice about somebody else losing their shit if you didn't think it was needed.
If it was a bullshit, if I thought it was dumb, you know, like you said, drag queen shows in Nicaragua or whatever the fuck you just said.
And somebody might be like, well, you don't need this fucking program, you know, blah, 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 because of this, because of that. Like there could be reasons that other people have that fucking that your program's not needed.
Right.
You know? And they're in their program, which is fucking Nicaraguan drag queens, you know, I'm thinking we need our So it's all this whole thing that, and this is the hardest thing about with all the stocks and tariffs and everything. In order for us to change this country, to change what's going on, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna be easy. It's gonna there's gonna be some shit that's gonna suck ass.
Oh, for sure.
And so what we need to figure out is a way to get the programs that are actually onto hard or onto specific, because that's what I'm hoping happens here. What I'm hoping happens is like there's a restructuring and they go, okay, let's look at all the programs that are actually useful and needed and switch them over to things that can't be fucked with.
I get you. So in other words, say the state kicks in and says, all right, we're going to fund this shit now instead of this grant, you know, or
like we're going to hand these like someone goes and audits and say, hey, at least do an audit of everything in this fucking program that you're totally destroying, so that we can find the things that are actually useful in here and keep them going and transfer them to something. Because that's the thing about people are talking about the Social Security stuff too. Oh my God, they're cutting our Social Security. No, they're streamlining it. They're making it better so that you get more and you get it better and it's more reliable and you get more from it.
Right.
But you're cutting. Yes, they're cutting things that aren't needed. So hopefully that's my hope. My hope is that there's an audit that people go, okay, listen, because they say that there wasn't even an interview on Fox with Elon Musk and the people who are doing the Doge stuff, which is really the people that are doing a lot of this. And obviously the executive order with Trump for that, but the Doge stuff. And they were saying they are going to make mistakes, because they brought up something about a mistake about cutting. They are going to make mistakes. They're going to try to do their best to correct those mistakes.
That was my next question. You think they're going to correct those?
I don't know. I mean, but the thing is, they might correct them. Who knows? No one knows at this point, which is obviously your biggest issue.
Yeah.
But there's also, you know, there's a lot, like I said. So keep going on what anybody else said to you. Like you said, there's anything else any other perspectives that you
know what? I just got to say, man, people have been very supportive. You know, my mom was telling me that I guess there's 21 states now that are suing, taking legal action against this, and our state is one. So, you know, it's possible the legal stuff will hold things up a little bit. You know what I mean? So it may not go right away, you know?
Yeah.
So we'll see how this plays out, man. This is going to be, wow. It's just, you know,
I mean, I can tell, you can obviously tell in your voice, but obviously you're definitely just there's something there, but there's also a couple, I got some other questions that might make you think a little differently about it though.
Okay.
But we'll talk about that second, because I wanted to ask you something else about it. Okay. Picking your brain. You mentioned before, like you feel kind of betrayed, like he stabbed, like this is stabbing in the back, or like a betrayal.
I kind of do, because you know I was hardcore. You know that, man. I was probably more hardcore than you when it came to Trump, and you know now I'm like, whoa, I just backed this motherfucker, and I do feel a little bit betrayed. Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, you know? But if he gets rid of all the stuff that you don't think is needed, do you think those people would feel betrayed too? Like,
if they voted for him, which I don't think they did.
because that's the thing, though. You don't know who voted for him or not. I guess my point is that everything else he's doing, or almost everything, like, what do you think about the tariffs? Do you think that's a good idea? Because I think they're fine. I think it's fair. It's going to fuck up the world a little bit for a while, but you know what?
Well,
it just shows how much the world relies on us.
It's kind of like my brother was saying, because he's pretty aware when it comes to this shit. It's almost like a bargaining chip.
Yeah.
So you say, all right, man, we're gonna hit you with this tariff. Oh, no, don't. Oh, okay, well then, will you back your shit off? Yeah, okay,
exactly. Stop.
So
we're the big dogs in town, so don't fuck with us, and we'll be fair with you, but don't fuck with us anymore. Don't think you can just take. That's what everybody thinks. You're America. You should be able to give us everything we want because you're the best country in the world.
Yeah,
so
just
rich.
give. You
and
see
all
that?
these fucking people in this country are like, oh, we need to give all these fucking people everything, and then they don't give a shit about the people living next door, but they give a fucking shit about Ukraine.
Yeah. Well, which was bullshit. I mean, that's ridiculous. Which is
well, think about this, man. $100 billion to those people. Think about it. They dropped $1 billion of that into your program.
Right. Instead of sending it overseas,
sending it over to some motherfuckers blowing themselves up and fucking.
Hey, listen, I'm totally on board with. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That was all. So, like I said,
I think a lot of the problem is idol worship stuff. Shit, like I said, like the idea that you're on the red, you're the good guy, and you're on the Republicans, and you're the good guy, and you're with the Trump, and you're the good. It's not that simple, man. It's like fucking yeah.
It's not like you're taking sides, and I'm part of the blue team or the red team or whatever. So. I mean, because I'm an independent anyway, man. I don't
Yeah, I am too.
Either party.
I'm not you're a Trump tard. No, I'm just fucking not.
I just go for whoever I thought was the best possible candidate. That's how I felt.
And here's the question for you too, though. He is the best possible candidate.
Yeah. I believe that. I still believe that, but
because what would happen? Yes, you'd have job security with Biden or Harris, but think about how worse everything else would be for the rest of everyone else.
Yeah, yeah, oh yeah, and like I said, it's so it's just one of those things. Like, God damn it,
it sucks.
It sucks. It's like,
change, man.
Well, you're talking to a guy who hates change too.
I know, man. I know, but I have that. This is the next question I have for you because this might happen, so you got to think about it. You're probably gonna be able to be cool. You're gonna be fine for months. Like you obviously will. You're gonna get taken care of in some way, or you'll be either unemployment or whatever.
Yeah,
you're gonna be good. You're gonna be fine until you find something else, and you will find something.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna be out on the street or anything like that.
No, obviously, which is fuck. You got support systems, so you're gonna be fine. Regardless, you're gonna be fine. I know it's a big change, but have you thought, having all this time for a couple months, what the fuck would you do with it? Like, if you could do anything you wanted to, which you kind of can, because if anything does happen, you're gonna be fucking allowed to do, basically whatever you want to for a while with no pressure. You're not going to be hurt in certain ways. You'll replace. So what have you thought about that? Like what would you do? Like if this happens, if
it's hard for me to think of the positive and the happy from it. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I know, but you have to, because this could happen. So there's no reason not to. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not talking. I know this is, like I said, this is where I've told you before. You're probably thinking, oh God, but dude, it doesn't hurt because you're thinking all the negative, but it doesn't hurt to go, well, if I do have this fucking thing, what will I do? Yeah, what can I do? I can fucking travel. I could fucking start working on a hobby during the day or so. I could do something else. I could fucking look at other things. I could volunteer places, but not do it because I feel I need to prove myself. I could just fucking do it. Like,
yeah, it's just, I know a lot of people are hitting me with a lot of positive pizza, and I dig it, but at the same time, I'm like, it's still, my mind's going, hey man, I don't know, man. You guys talk all this positive shit, but it's hard for me to be on board with it right now, man. Honestly, it's just what it. I
get it. So I'm just saying, if you think about it that way, at least, like what the fuck do I want to do? Because you might have to. So it's not just thinking about it positively. It's like, what am I going to do? What are you going to do if this does happen? Because you can't just go, it might not happen. I can't think about it. You should be like, all right, it could happen. Because then you're all prepared for it too. And it sucks to do it, but it's like, fuck, I got to fucking at least think like, all right, well, if this does happen, what am I going to do? Where am I going to go first to look for if I want to look for a new fucking thing. Maybe I don't. Maybe I want to start fucking selling myself on fucking OnlyFans
Well,
or whatever.
The one thing is that, which is funny too. Lacey, I was telling Lacey about it, and she was like, "Oh, do you want me to hold off on the next custom? And do you want to?" So I thought that was kind of cool, and I'm like, "No, go ahead and do it."
No,
And
that's my point. My point is, and I know, like I said, you don't want the positive pizza,
right.
but there's a couple things you should think about, like what do you want to do, because it could happen. Also, you also don't have to worry too much in terms of like your
financial.
No, yeah, you're going to be fine. Like you're not going to have to cut off anything because they're not going to leave you out in the fucking dust either way.
And they were that was another thing. They were very reassuring when I talked with HR. They said, "Oh, no, believe me, you're going to get a bunch of options.
Yeah.
There's things that you'll be on a priority list when it comes to jobs."
Exactly. So it might, yeah. So I know that, and this is the positive piece that I'm sure you're getting the most right now. Is it might turn into the best thing that ever happened to you.
Hey, but at least you understand the annoyance of it. You know,
that's why I told you in advance, man, because I get it. Because we're distant from it. It's just like the same people going, it's best that your stepdad didn't suffer anymore.
Yeah, shit. That you're like, yeah, that's great.
Fuck up,
but they're not here anymore, motherfucker. So
yeah, or yeah, I get it, because this is actually the most.
Well, especially when people start using terms like, "But it's a fresh start. Aren't you happy to get a fresh?" And my attitude is like, well, you could say cancer is a fresh start. You know what I mean? So
yeah, and I know that's where you're at right now. So I was like, and I get it, but also people don't understand what it means to you, because it's not about. Oh, I'm going to get myself a little bit philosophical, real psychological, psychoanalytic. Because it's with you, it's not about. This is all about proving yourself in terms of like, I'm fucking independent and I've got my shit myself.
Right.
And it's always been about that, and it's not even about the job. You probably could be shoveling shit into a fucking furnace, to warm up a home. I'd be like, fucking, at least I'm doing it myself. So what I think you're really worried about is, am I gonna be able to get something else?
Yeah,
and that's a lot of it too. Is like, fuck, I don't, because you don't want, because that's I'm gonna go. You're probably gonna disagree with this, but I think it's programming. Like, you need this fucking job. If you have the means to fucking support yourself for a while and do whatever you want to, fucking 9 to 5. Fuck that.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna find another 9 to 5. Fuck that shit. It doesn't mean anything, man. It's all bullshit. And if you find one, it can be. But if you find one that's meaningful. But don't just, I'm gonna go fucking work at Blukenstloot because I gotta have something,
I got a job at McDonald's.
I'm gonna fucking be a greeter at, I got something. You don't need to. You don't need to do that, man.
Yeah. No, I know, and yeah, but you're right. You totally hit the nail on the head with the independence, self-sufficiency.
Yeah, and that's like, oh shit, that's like the core, man.
Yeah,
that's what I had to get over, man. For me, it's like, I know, because right now I'm affecting people in my life a bit more. I just got done with an improv class today where I had 9 people there, and they come and they go, wow, this is like, I'm gonna start. And they start talking like, oh, you go to comedy on Tuesdays? Yeah, well, go check it out. And then they hang out together, and it changes people's shit, man. And that's the thing that you see too.
Yeah,
what you do is you can see the difference.
I see the positive from what I'm doing. Yeah.
Absolutely. I just think you don't have to. One thing that I'll go positive pizza again here. One thing you don't have to worry about is you don't have to worry about getting that fucking thing to prove yourself. You can wait and go, what do I want to do if it happens? Like, what about the fuck? I want to go. I have this experience in this outreach. Can I find something else in another? Maybe a.
And I'm sure there's stuff out there. I know there is.
You could start, dude. You could start up your own outreach business, rapping. Be sick.
That's funny as fuck. I can see somebody saying,
"You can be independent, and I'm gonna find independent."
Do you remember? Remember that guy?
POT.
Yep, that's the dude I was thinking of too.
You can be good. You can do the blind motivational scene, dude. As a rapper,
dude, I could be a blind motivational rapper,
dude. You gotta get the glasses back, dude. You gotta use the cane, dude.
Hey, I got a story about that actually.
Oh no, really?
Story. Yeah, I do.
Shit. Okay.
It's actually funny.
I got a follow up to something I mentioned the other night too, dude.
Cool. All right.
Okay,
Well,
so
just to finish on this, it's crazy because my attitude is like, I want to tell everybody because who knows, somebody might tell somebody that could possibly get something done. You know what I'm saying? So, and honestly, that's how I got my job originally, I think. You know what I'm saying? So, because remember, originally they didn't want to give it to me.
Yeah.
So, and I was telling a bunch of people, and some the fuck how they called me and offered me the job.
You never know, man. They might audit stuff too. They might transfer everything. And plus, here's another sinister side to it, man. Is that there are certain people who want to cut certain things to make people feel like there might be an executive order thrown down by Trump signed and you're not going to, and then people inside go, how can we make this look the worst fucking possible for him? No, let's not cut the fucking Norwegian drag queen. Let's cut this. Because this is actually something that people will go, oh my God, this stuff getting cut. Oh God. That's conspiracy theory.
Like getting people upset. Like, oh shit.
Yeah, like, we're gonna cut, you want to cut this program, huh? Well, we're cutting from the old people. We're not cutting the fucking Hispanic immigrants getting hotel rooms. We're gonna cut from this, blah blah blah. And it's like who fucking knows this fight? At this point, man, I'm just gotta hold on because fucking this world is fucking crazy, man.
Yeah. Well, and well, I just hate the whole going to work every day going, shit, man, this could be the day,
Yeah.
So
I think that's part of it too, because at least once it's done, you'll know, and you can it's like a thorn right now in your side.
Like even if it's going to be the bad thing I don't want, make it happen, and then that way it's done, and I'm like, all right,
and that way you can move on, and you can, and then maybe, like you said, maybe at that point you could actually, because you're going to have to be forced to see, look at because and you'll do that because that's the way you are.
Well,
you'll find something positive once you know. It's just that not knowing shit, fucking, and
that's my shit. Like I like fuck. It's not like I have control over it, so I don't know. But I wrestle with it too, man, because one part of me, I'm. I hate people worrying about me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that happens, so I'm like, well, do I, want to post this and tell everybody? But then I'm like, yeah, of course I do. I might want to, get the word out. But then there's another part of me. It's like, but then people get all Desert Springs Hospital concerned.
Yeah. Like me even like, hey buddy, how you doing? But here's the thing though. Like, I think I'm not really worried about you. I'm more worried about how you're feeling. Like, I know you're feeling like shit. So I don't want to, I'm not gonna piss on you, but like, because I'm gonna be honest, man. I'm not like, oh God, you're gonna be fine, dude. But
that's what everybody says too,
and you're not seeing that, obviously. So I'm not, but you don't want to hear that either. So
I know, man. It'll come, but I will say this too. Like I said, I've gotten a lot of supportive stuff from people, even the ones that knew where I stood politically. They're not giving me the "I told you so." They're still very sympathetic. Oh, I'm sorry this is happening to you. I think that's cool, man. They're putting
that's good. That's because that usually doesn't happen from that side, quite honestly.
No. Usually, most motherfuckers are like, "You fucking Trump support bastard! You got what you deserve."
Yeah, you deserve it. You're the one he voted for. It's like, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. So,
but the thing is, in a way, let's say one more thing. In a way, you kind of did, like I said, vote for at least less government. So that's the problem, is that you don't. It's like, well, not my backyard or not my thing.
Right.
So,
all of a sudden, it affects me, and I'm like, oh shit, fuck you.
Yeah. So, but that's something you'll deal with. Like I said, it's just a matter of figuring it. Hopefully, I honestly hope we find out sooner. Like, because if you find out if it's gonna happen, hopefully it happens like tomorrow.
Yeah, well, or whatever, or we find out good news. Maybe we'll get to keep plugging along. That's the best case scenario. That something, they find another way to substitute that.
Yeah,
and we haven't gotten our letter yet, so I mean, there's nothing in stone yet. Where they're just saying they're waiting on that letter to give us that. You're on notice, motherfucker. So we'll see. We'll
see what happens, man. But we'll all put out all of our 5 listeners, put out some positive vibes out there. Hazmat suck a fat cock. And anyway,
hey, you know what? We should talk about that real quick too.
No. Let's let that hang there. He knows exactly what's going on.
So. Yeah. Okay. All right. So now we'll see if he listens again.
Yeah. He can, because he obviously, Anyway,
It would just be funny to let everybody know that
no,
what
yeah,
you said was true.
Of course it is, and everyone does know. So listen to our last show and about the hazmat part, and you'll know what we're talking about. You know
Yeah,
what
yeah.
happened.
Yep. So here's my funny story.
Okay.
Or did you want to go? What's the
Well, mine kind of is about it kind of fits in with the. You remember how on the other day when I was talking about how why do people ask me if I pick something up, heavy shit up, like why do people think I can't carry shit?
Oh, right. Yeah.
Well, I had an office chair. And office chairs, they're not heavy. I mean, they're awkward to carry around, but they're not fucking heavy. Really.
No,
No, and
you can move.
anybody can move them around. Well, I got a new office chair from a friend, and this friend came over and was like, "Oh, let me carry it up." I'm like, "I can carry it." What do you mean? Oh, come on! I'm like, I can carry the chair. I'm gonna go up. He's like, "Well, I'll carry it for you." I'm like, "No, dude, I'm gonna
Totally
carry."
insistent.
I'm gonna totally like, dude. I'm gonna carry my fucking chair up there because what I was gonna do is I had this old chair I'm gonna throw out, and I used to help to throw it into the trash can because the dumpster's fucking high and my chair is a pain in the ass to get up. You have to lift the hood up, the lid up of the dumpster to put it in there, and you can't lift the lid up and carry the chair at the same time. So
right, I think I've seen that chair. It's got a high back on it.
Yeah, and it broke, and so it was like, oh yeah, it was fucked up. So I got a new chair, and I'm like, okay, so what I'll do is I'll go upstairs, I'll pick my old chair up, bring it down. We'll throw that away. I'll take that new chair, bring it upstairs, and put it in. And I didn't want it to come up because my place is a pigsty right now, and I was like, I don't want to fucking anybody see it.
Ain't nothing new.
Yeah, ain't nothing new. But I didn't want anybody in my place. I was like, I want to play. So I was like, I'll just go up and get it. And it's like, well, no, I'll just bring it up. I'm like, why? I'm going up there to unlock. I'll come up there and bring it down. I'm like,
it's almost like you get rapey about it, like no, you're gonna take the help. God damn it!
What? But it's that same thing. Like, is it just me, or like it happened again a week later? I'm like, in a way, like, why the fuck I can't? People think I can't carry. I mean, I know I don't look super fucking ripped, but I can carry a fucking office chair.
It's your vision, man. I'm telling you, it's a visual impairment.
I don't want to admit it, man, but it's too much of a pattern, man. Like, well, that's what it's, or maybe it's not the vision directly. It's just that need to help, just because. Oh, I gotta help them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
kind of a Sidey McJesus thing, I think. Like, I gotta help you, man. I can't. There's something in their conscience. Like, if they let you carry that chair up there, in their mind, they're like, you should have carried it up for him.
I know. It's like this weird guilt thing. It's like this fucking like, all right, dude, I got it, So it's just weird that it happened again, like the week after I talked about that shit.
Well, this kind of goes along with this too, man. Talk about stereotyping as a blind person. All right. So last night I go into the Rum Runner and two guys, one guy's named Peter. He's a dude from England. He's always in there. And this other guy named Sean. So these are two regulars. And they both hey, there's a bunch of blind people like sitting up there at the on the top by the bar buddies, and I'm like, oh cool. And so I'm trying to ignore it, and they just won't leave it the fuck alone because they think I know these people or something. Like they're my peoples So
oh no.
But here's what's fucked up. I do know these motherfuckers.
Of course you do.
But I wasn't, I'm like, I don't want to make any noise. I want to, let me just enjoy my beer.
Was it like people like you didn't want to, like, oh shit.
Yeah. Oh, I do it all the time. Like even on paratransit, like another blind person gets on, I don't want to check my phone. I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't want to pull up nothing to indicate that I'm a blind person, And I don't know, man. For me, that's just, it's like, because blind people are fucking annoying and clingy and shit. I'm sorry.
And these people, these people, right?
I did. Well, here's what happened. So these dudes keep harping on this shit. There's some these blind people. I don't know who they are. You don't know them? You don't? I'm like, I don't think so, man. I don't, like, shut up about it already. So then Sean leans over and asks, because the one guy, I guess his girlfriend is playing the machine for him. And so he says, hey, what's your name, man? And the guy goes, oh, my name's Tito. And I said, son of a bitch, I do know this guy. And I'm like, Tito. And he's like, hey, is that Max? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, hey, man, what's up? It's my birthday. So what it was is he had a birthday party, and he goes to the blind center, and all his blinky buddies from the blind center are down there. So
oh my God. So you're like, no.
Yeah,
wait, let me get this straight. So you're like, okay, let me listen to that last story well. So you're like, oh man,
work at this place for years trying to make myself look like a normal person. Trying
Right.
to get away from my eyesight problem. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go to my favorite watering hole with all my friends, where everybody knows me and I feel comfortable, and I'm going to have my beers, get drunk, forget all about my bullshit situation. And you know what? What's the odds of the 175,000 fucking bars in Las Vegas or wherever in the whole goddamn city? What's the fucking odds that they're going to come hang? No, I'm going to go to my bar. You're sitting there like, oh, I got here. I'm relaxing. Hey, you're like, oh.
Oh, as soon as I walked in, I didn't even get a chair yet, and these two dudes are like, hey, man, there's a bunch of blind people in here. Do you know him?
Oh my! And you're like, and it just like brings everything back home. So like the whole,
Yeah.
you're like, God damn it! So then you're like, hey, and then everyone, hey, game man, how you doing? And then someone else, hi Max, how you doing?
Yep, because I did know a few of them too.
And they're all like, hey, and you're like, hey, hi,
How you doing?
and they're like, "Hi, are you ever gonna come to the Blind Center and watch a play? We're doing Snow White next week." And there was like, it's like,
Well,
bartender comes up like, "Hi," and he's like, "Did you know this guy? One time he came into the Blind Center and helped us weave baskets."
Well, and let me just throw a little extra something on it too. So one of the reasons I was actually going to meet, Chandelier and her now fiance at the bar. And it's been a while. And she actually just called me yesterday because she saw my Facebook post and she was like, "Hey, so when do you?" We're talking and everything, and she's like, "So when do you want to kick it again?" And I'm like, "Well, shit, I'm going to the Rum Runner tonight. Do you and Donald want to join me?" "Okay, cool. What time?" And now remember, she used to work down there, and she's trying to avoid them like the plague. So I text her and I say, "Hey, just warning, there's some blind people here. I think they're from the Blind Center. So just keep your head low." She's like, "Are you fucking serious?" I'm like, "Yeah." So and that was funny too, because there was a guy that I was talking to. I said, "Yeah, meet my friend Crystal here." And he goes, "Oh yeah, hey, bring her over to me." And when she came in, I said, "Hey, that Phil dude wanted to see you." She's like, "Fuck that, I don't want anything to do with that guy."
You guys probably didn't stay there long, huh?
No, we actually did. They left before
of course they had to get they probably were
they
brought
had
in by
curfews,
somebody.
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, they had to be home at the group home and shit. But
what time? Like it's like a 9 o'clock. Oh god.
oh yeah, they were out of there probably like 8:30, something like that.
It's a roaring Friday or Saturday night.
Yeah, exactly. Well, then here's the other crazy thing. So there's a waitress there. I call her Water Moccasin. And she comes up to me at one point. She goes, "Those blind people are fucking rude." And I'm just like, "Yeah, I know, because they're all entitleified." You know what I'm saying? And they think that everybody's supposed to wait on them hand and foot.
They were rude. Of course they were.
Yep.
Because they're DEIfied. DEIfied. Yeah, they're fucking
entitled and just think that they deserve, and that everybody all sighted
rude. That's crazy.
And here's another.
What did she give you any examples, or did she just say? That?
She goes, "I'm just fanning. Please don't say anything." And I was like, "Yeah, but they are assholes. I know what you're saying. They're a bunch of entitled motherfuckers." She's like, "Yeah, please don't."
And they don't think they are because they're told so special.
Yeah, exactly.
So great, and that's why they talk like this. And they're like, "Hey."
And they're like socially retarded and socially awkward.
Yeah, like I'm going out for my birthday.
Exactly. Oh, and here's another thing those motherfuckers do too. I've seen this a few times at certain Blind Center shit. And like, I think I was going, what was I doing? I was walking somewhere, maybe to the bathroom or something. And these motherfuckers were just standing in the middle of the floor because they won't move until somebody moves them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what it was, like a big, like 2 or 3 guys just standing there. I'm like, get the fuck out of the way.
You're just like, oh man, you're like, just don't associate, because you're like, they're going to associate with them with
that's
me.
What's bad. It's other sighted people like, it's your people's. Aren't you happy? You're like, fuck you.
You're like, hey, Tito. Hi. Hey, Max.
Oh yeah. it was
your guy Peter's going, hey, yeah, hey, wow, these guys are friends.
yeah, that's what I was saying. It's like Max, they're all blind. They're blind. Do you know them? It's a big group of them. And I'm like,
you're just like, God damn it.
Pretty much.
The one goddamn bar they go in. It's not even close to the blind center.
Right. Like, go to some shit close to the blind center. You know what I'm saying?
It's not even close, dude. It's like 20 minutes away.
Why did you pick this bar of all? Or like you could have gone to the one on Desert Inn, something, you know?
Why
Like,
the fuck did you just pick that? We're just gonna pick the same one you're in. Like,
I think
man.
Because this that Tito dude, he's friends with Sylvia Montano, and there was one time when I guess she was there. Well, we met there or something. Her and her husband and I met there. We're hanging out, and then she called Tito, and he came over. I think he doesn't live far or something like that. I don't know.
That might be it. It's like the only place he knows. Like, I went to that bar once.
Yeah, so it's familiarity. Like, oh, I like the Rum Runner, man.
Oh,
and I bet you that was the other thing. And I bet you they didn't tip either. That's another thing that I think Water Moccasin was telling me. Like, they weren't they either tipped shittily or they didn't tip at all.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's
dude, you're gonna go back there every Friday night and Saturday. It's gonna be the new spot, dude.
Oh God! Like all the blindos start hanging out.
Oh no, God! Wouldn't that be just the?
Oh, that would suck.
You're going in there just like,
fuck,
hey,
man.
we're gonna hang out. You didn't tell them you come there all the time, did you?
They know. Well, Tito knows. He knows that I go there a lot.
Then you might be like, hey, this is our spot.
Let's go there because Max is there or something.
Let's go there because it's the blind spot, man.
It's the Blum Runner, Blindo Rum Runner.
Yeah, we're gonna be rude to the fucking bartender. God damn.
and I had to tell her too. I was like, I was like, I'm not that way. You guys know. And she's like, yeah, I know you're not. And I'm just like, yeah, that's not me. That's not how.
You had to tell them, like, even though like they probably know that.
They already know, yeah, but
you had to tell them, like, please don't think of me like that. But that's part of the problem. That goes back to that's the theme of this whole fucking conversation, man. It's like the whole conversation is, I don't want to be seen like this. Like, oh God, this is one of the main reasons why, it all comes back to that fucking fear of being like seen as this fucking
like an indigent, blind,
like
helpless,
a fucking helpless dude, and it all goes back to all that bullshit. So, like I said, you'd fucking be, I dressed up as a monkey and fling shit at kids, and that's what I get paid $5 an hour. But hey, at least I ain't motherfucking. At least I ain't a motherfucking dumbass motherfucking.
I don't go to that damn blind center. Okay, that will be one thing that I won't be doing. If you're asking me, like, what are you gonna do if you're not working? Well, I won't be going to the blind center.
You're gonna wings are gonna spread. They're gonna fly.
It's like, oh man. So yeah,
they're gonna fly. Stop.
Oh man,
that's funny, man, dude. Hey, dude, like, hang in there, dude. Like I said, everyone's you'll be all right. Like I said, you'll we'll find out soon enough, I guess, what happens.
I hope, man, because this is just like torture, almost. Like, fuck, man, I want to know, what's going on here.
Yeah, that's all you want to. And then, like I said, they're telling you, and it almost feels like it's like, ooh, let's scare them all.
And that could be too.
Freak the fuck out, because then they'll stop all the other shit being cut. That's going to give my money into me, because that money's going somewhere.
Yeah, well,
so it's like some mastermind. Oh, yes.
Like, this is their plan. Well, I'll tell you this. I mean, if like most of the staff, we're all funded by that grant. The only one who isn't is my boss. And if we're all cut, then it's gonna be a one-man program, and I don't think that's what she's wanting. You know what I'm saying?
No, we'll see what happens. Like I said, I'll be obviously I want what you want. Whatever you want to do for your life.
Absolutely.
Hope works out, and hope I know everyone out there does too.
Oh yeah, I'll pull in. Hey man, I appreciate. By the way, I do appreciate everybody's support. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like people were just really great on Facebook, and they were concerned. But anyway, I got another thing I want to tell you about.
Shit.
Another. So I've kind of talked about this before, but I have a female friend who's I think just very lonely. You know what I'm saying? And
Mm.
she keeps like she's dating, for a while she was dating this one guy. She just
Mhm.
wouldn't shut up about him, just kept talking about him all the time and telling me about their sex and all this other shit. And I'm just like, it's great. And then now I guess there was another guy. That dude turned into a dud or something. So she got this other dude and she was with him for a while. Then he pretty much told her, I want a break and just pretty much ghosted her. So now she's not talking him up. So now there's this new guy. Matter of fact, you know what, man? With this part of the conversation, maybe I think the best thing to do at the end of the show, do you want to take him out with Better Than Nothing?
Okay. Why not?
Cruise and Ranger production.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it because there's there's definitely let's do that.
Yeah, I think
applies to it. So even if because do you believe these fucking people are real though?
I think they are because she just goes on and on. Like tonight, there's this new guy that she's been, they went to I guess there was like an adult prom thing that was going on, and they were going to go to that. Yeah, I don't know who was throwing that, dude. I don't know what that was, but anyway, they went to this adult prom, and she kept telling me, oh, and the waitress when we went to the restaurant was laughing and just was going on. And she kept saying, and he's so sweet and he's so this, and I'm just like, I don't fucking want to hear this shit. But do you think, and be honest, man, do you think it's just me being a hater? Like, like I don't have that, so fuck, or is it just you don't want to fucking hear it?
No, you don't want to hear it because it's the same thing every time.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with it. It might have a little bit to do with you, but then again, you got to step back and ask yourself, do you want that?
Well, that's it. I mean, and even if I was really into somebody, I don't think I would sit and regale, especially another woman, with tales about our sex and what we did.
That's why I don't know if it's fucking real or not, because it just seems so like it's like desperation. Like, look at me, look at me, look at me.
True.
Just completely look at me, look at me, look at me, and it happens and it's never the same person. Because it can't be the same person, because if it was the same person, you'd have to probably meet them at some point.
Well, the one dude I did meet, she did bring him by the bar one night.
Oh, good.
So there is, I think
so if you did meet him, then you should, then you're basically you might be in the fucking like girlfriend zone, man.
See, and that's the gay shit, that I'm like,
like, oh my god, guess what? And you're like, what? It's like, I fucking cock in my face and he slapped it around with my
I'm a male female friend or something.
Yes, like, oh my god, I'm like, I'm gonna bring him by and you're gonna meet him and it's so sweet, and oh my god, and you're like, I don't want to hear this because it's a new guy every fucking 2 weeks.
Right.
And you're not saying that to the person, obviously, because
but in my mind,
you should probably, if you're a friend, just say, you need to fucking just fucking stop fucking falling on every dick that comes in your fucking.
And that's the problem. And it's almost like, all right, you dropped this one guy, and now here comes the new guy, and now he's the greatest thing since sliced bread, and he's so sweet, and he's so this.
And here's the thing, though: if she does like you, and this is bullshit, or a lot of it's exaggerated, or she's saying it because she likes you, it ain't gonna make you want to stick your cock into the black hole of fucking of the void, man. You fucking fall into that shit, man. You gotta pull yourself out, like.
Oh, dude, I don't want to be.
It's like that fucking scene from Poltergeist when she falls into the pool and all those skeletons come out of the fucking coffins. You try to pull yourself out, like
I'm stuck, and these skeletons are grabbing
she's falling
me.
On all those dicks, dude. She's like, whoops. Slip on the dick, man, falling on all, because she's fucking all those dudes, and there's guys every 2 months, and she's just getting plowed like by a new dude every month.
Well, that's it. And then like I said, she's very. What'd she say? Oh my, we didn't have any sex, but we made out for like 3 hours in my back seat. And I got this mark on my back from the and I was like, well, were you fucked? Yeah, like shit. I don't care about. Like so what? It'd be like if I was telling you about chicks I was fucking,
it's like you're like, hey, baby, guess what? You're like, she's like, yeah, what you did tonight? Yeah, dude, I fucking pissed on this girl, man. Oh, she showed me to piss on her, and I said,
She
okay.
drank my urine, man. It was
Yeah,
great.
dude, it was fucking incredible, dude. I smacked her in the face with my cock a few times. You know, it was wonderful. You know, that cheek smack, you do a cup, you know, like a little smacky sound. And I got some lipstick on my dick.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was another thing. She was saying something about her lips were like all plump, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. You know.
Which lips? She's like, if you talk about her, my fucking clit was so large, it was like a fucking mini hot dog sticking in, like, it's like just poking out. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's like
I
I don't.
squirted. I blew a.
Oh, that's
right
that's another thing she was talking about with the last guy.
Oh my god!
And I squirted so hard, and I did, and I'm like, the fuck.
Why is she doing this, dude?
I don't know. That's what I can't figure out. Is it because is she like me and she's trying to make me jealous or make me, you know?
That ain't the right way to go about it.
Fuck no. That's not like. If anything, that just turns me off even more. Like, ugh.
I squirted. Yeah, there's either one of two things. Either she doesn't like you at all, and it's just like I'm treating you like a female friend, which is fine with it's like not fine, but obviously it's better than her. Like the alternative is she fucking just digs you and just wants you to get jealous and just it's not that bright.
Right. And I'm just like, oh man, come on. Because dude, she calls me a lot now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's another weird thing.
Yeah.
You know, like she called me Friday and I was telling her about what's going on with work. And of course I was leaving work. So I'm like, all right, well, I got to go. My ride's here. Peace out. And so then like today she called me. I'm working out and she just left a message and she's like, hey, I just want to see how your night hanging out with Anthony was. And I'm like thinking, why do you care? You know?
Yeah, there's something there. Girls don't do that for no reason. So
that's what I'm saying. There's some weird thing going on.
She isn't that bright, so she's trying to be like I don't know.
I mean, she's not stupid. You know, she can be smart, but it's just like, damn, there's something something strange there, man. I don't really know what. Oh, I mean, you remember when I was up there in Oregon and she had some tea for me or whatever? And I'm like, the fuck?
That's some tea. I'm gonna talk to you about shit while you're with somebody else. Yeah, there's something going on there.
There's something weird.
Because she knew you were out of town and was still calling you.
Well, no, I will say she probably didn't know I was out of town.
But don't.
Didn't I? But I think I said something. I'm like, hey, I'm in Oregon right now. Can I call you when I get home or whatever? You know.
You got to put your dick on the desk, dude. You got to be like, dude, listen, I don't want to hear this kind of stuff, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Because you don't need to hear that. That's not that's a boundary you got to put up, man. You got to be like, dude, I don't want to hear this shit.
Right. I mean, okay, if you want to tell me, oh, you're seeing a new guy and it's going real good, all right, cool. But all this extra shit, you know, giving me this
sex life, I don't need to hear that. You have every right to say, because if you were doing that to any girl, dude, they would be like, you'd probably be arrested.
No, exactly. If I was telling another chick about some female that I was,
like that's something so you have every right to be like, dude, I don't really feel comfortable hearing this anymore. I mean, it's just all the time, and I don't need to know about your squirting and shit. And I'm sorry, but
exactly, yeah,
it's not gonna be a pleasant conversation. You're gonna hurt her feelings, but
probably,
fucking do it, or else you're gonna continue to hear it.
Just gonna keep doing it,
or you're just gonna stop talking to her, and then she's gonna go, "Why is he not talking to me?" And then you're gonna have that to go on. You're like,
see, and here's the thing. I mean, she has been a good friend. She has helped me out in a lot of situations. So
so you got to talk to her. You got to be honest. If you really respect, respect.
Well, that's true. That's true. Like, hey,
because now you're just getting mad at her, going, "God damn it!" She keeps, and you're just like, "Well, are you said anything to her?"
No, and I haven't.
This fucking point. It's like, why not? What's the worst that could happen? If you say something to her, I guarantee you she won't say that. Talk about that stuff anymore.
That's true.
She might not talk to you at all anymore, but if she does that, then that's on her, man. There's no reason why you should expect. If it makes you uncomfortable, then she should respect it. It makes you uncomfortable.
Yeah, I got it, man. It's kind of like, well, and I kind of know a way I can approach this with her too, because she hates when I get really graphic and say really gross shit. So maybe I can use that as my little like, hey, you know how you hate when I say really disgusting shit? Well, when you tell me about your boyfriends and shit, I kind of don't really need to know all that information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, good way of approaching it. That's what I do.
So kind of use that as a bargaining chip, as it were. So it's even like when guys tell you the shit they're doing with chicks, that that's like, dude, I don't fucking care.
Yeah, I don't get that. And that's the thing. Girls think some guys do that, but most guys don't. Most guys are like, dude, I don't want to hear about your shit.
Yeah,
Because
most guys are
girls
actually
think that
kinda-
guys do that. Maybe that's
I-
part of the problem. Is she thinks that that's what guy friends do.
Yeah, like you know, the homies, man, we share
But
sexual
you never
tales.
did that to her. It's not like you're like, yeah, I was pumping my girl and I blew a load in her face and that's not
Right. Like I don't think I even tell you too much crazy shit. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
why would you? I don't want to fucking know.
right.
I don't
You
want to
know?
know anything. It's like even when you go, yeah, she scratched my back. I'm like, all right, that's all on. No, okay.
Yeah.
That's. All right.
I hope I don't do that to you, man.
No, you haven't done
Okay.
that to me, man. No.
All right, cool, man. Because
Nothing that. I mean, you've done it to make a point, but that's all you do. You go to a point like, but it's not like it's graphic. Like, yeah, I fucking, but it's like, hey, man, it was so good, dude. She's fucking incredible, like that kind of stuff. Like basic bullshit.
yeah.
Which is fine because you're making your point. But then if you went for like, yeah, like that's one of the reasons why I like with the whole smoke break. I'm like, because I don't want to hear that shit.
Right. You're not really into it, and it's kind of like it'd be like doing a podcast with two gay dudes, and they're talking about gay sex, and you're like,
it doesn't matter. I don't even know that. But and you don't need to about her either. So fuck that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like I don't need to know about your fucking squirts.
Yeah. I don't have to hear all the tales of your tagging your tail or whatever. It's just like, because like I said, tonight she was just going, and I kind of used us doing the podcast. This was like an hour earlier, but I was like, hey, Cruise Control and I are going to be getting on the podcast here soon, so I got to let you go here, But and usually she's pretty good at that, but still, it's like,
yeah, you got to just say it won't be as bad as you think it will. Just she'll go, oh, okay, I get it. I'm sorry. And
probably once I say what I'd say, because that would just be because how she hates when I talk about, oh yeah, shitting on someone's face and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
She's always, like, remember the time, I think it's when we all had lunch. Remember we went to Red Lobster,
That's right.
and I made a joke about coming on the bed sheets or something, and she was like, the problem is you don't see how disgusting that is, and you don't mind talking about it. So it's kind of the same thing. I could use that as my little bargaining chip,
Yeah, you can do it. So cool, man. Just got to remember that you won't be able to do that anymore with her. But that's the trade-off. So
exactly.
So you got to hold back on that. Hey, I'm gonna, offend
like really getting gross. Yeah, that's true. All right. Well, but that's hey, it's give and take.
Give and take. It's yep.
Yeah.
Oh
so,
man. Anything else? Yeah,
no,
man.
I think that's it, man. I think we're gonna take him out with a little Ranger and Cruise.
Yeah, better than nothing. Man. Better than nothing. Well, better than nothing. Yep, from the album New Road, 5-song LP or whatever the fuck you want to call it. If they even have albums anymore, but yeah, check it out. Spotify, Amazon, everything else. But send positive vibes out to Max, and we'll be back soon. I don't know what the fuck we're doing soon, but we'll be around.
Actually, I have an interview tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
We have the insurance, Don Weisler. So we'll see how that goes.
Have fun with that, and I will be there for that one. I'll be doing some improv. So
all righty. Well,
all right, man. Anyways, this has been the Nothing Sacred show for the 6th of April.
I always got to remind you.
2025. I'm Cruise Control,
and I'm Maxwell Silverhammer. And that's the story there. Bitches. Peace about.
but we're both afraid to make the right mistake. Not two birds of a feather, we're kinda just whatever. It could be worse though.